Thank you. Very warm welcome once again to everyone. Before we really start this webinar, which is on personal growth and success. Okay, so I typically see two words here. One is growth, and the second one is success. So I want you to take a couple of minutes and think about how both of these words, one is growth and second is success, how they could be different or how could they be same. Are they same, are they different, how are they same, how are they different? Some thoughts around this is what I want you to kind of think about. Of course, this session is not going to be a typical monologue where I keep talking a lot. Of course, it will be, we would really, really appreciate and encourage everyone who's joined this webinar with us to kind of share their views. The only reason is, that's when it becomes relatable to our lives. Yeah. So if in case you can put, switch on your videos, it'll be wonderful. We can see you. That's how the interaction becomes even better. So videos on will be great. You can share your responses either through your actions or through chat box, or if system allows you, you can unmute and share your responses as we go along through the session. So, like I said, let's just spend some time thinking about this topic, which has just, come up for today. Very, very relaxed, very comfortable. Little time for your own self. Away from everything outside. Your own time. Just feel that every beat of these instruments help you disconnect from the outside world for a couple of moments. You're very deeply connected with your own self. Your body is relaxed, so is your mind. You feel a deep sense of relaxation. Just be with that feeling of complete lightness within. Now, ask yourself, how do you relate to these words? Growth, success. Just stay with that question for a couple of moments. Are they same? Are they different? Maybe your life's experiences as to how you relate to these words. Very, very relaxed, very comfortable. Just be with yourself. Just be with your breath, but continue to be in that reflection of the topic that we have for the day. So let's come back. Any thoughts, any ideas? What growth and success means to you? Okay, so we have Swapna Ben's message saying that everyone can switch on their videos. Permission has been, I mean, the system allows you to switch on your videos now, which is wonderful. Yeah, so how do you relate to these terms, growth and success? Anyone, any thoughts around this? Are they same? Are they different? Your life's experience of these words? Yes, Mansi Behan. So don't worry. All of us who are here, don't worry. There is no black or white or right or wrong answers. These are all our own experiences of life. So there will be no wrong answers as such. Whatever we share will be basis our life's experiences. It's not typically, a class where there could be a right or wrong answer. So just how do you relate to these words is what I would want to start with. So, any thoughts around that? All answers are right answer because they are your experiences. So, on that note, any thoughts around these words? You could put it up in the chat box. If the system allows, you could just unmute and share. Anyone? You could raise your hand. We could send you a request to unmute. Uh, you know, just in case you'd like to, kind of add. Okay, so we have Anju Behen. Yes, Anju Behen, can you? I've sent you. Yeah.
All right, so Rituben, I just want to explain about growth. Growth is, as per my life experience, is just comparison of me with myself, what I was yesterday and what I am now. Not
Okay.
comparison with others, but comparison me with myself only.
Sure.
How I'm growing in life as I was yesterday and where I am now. That is called growth as per me.
Okay, okay, that's wonderful. That's nice. Thank you, Anju Behan, for sharing. Any other thoughts? That was wonderful. Good opening. Opening batsman did a good job today. So, because I know we're quite into cricket right now, so opening batsman did a great job. Anybody would like to add to what Anju Behan said? Anyone? How do you relate to these terms? Saroj Behan, Saroj Bhai, Namita Behan, Sakshi Behan, anyone? So typically, yes, Mansi Ben, would you like to share something? Any thoughts around this? Okay, so what we do is, we simply start with, okay, we have one more sharing. Let's see what Sudipta has to share with us. Go ahead,
Yeah,
please.
growth. Yeah, thanks. Growth means to me like to be a better person, like what I was earlier and what I was today.
Okay.
Better person in terms of like mentally, financially, physically.
Yeah.
So in all those aspects, actually,
Okay. Wonderful. And
also in
how
the
about
way to
success?
helping others.
Yeah.
So
And how about success? So growth, yes, okay. So what I understand from you is growth is an overall, growth that you meant. How about success? Is it same? Is it different?
success actually means to me like. It can be like long divide. We can divide it in a short term and long term. Short term success is that we can if we have some vision or mission in our life, we can break it down into parts and we can move towards achieving that as a part of success. And finally, to that final success. If but actually success is not kind of also a like fixed thing which we always target to achieve. Okay, it
Sure.
can be with the age and time, like your target can be something changed or okay. So So we should not relax,
Okay,
if you
okay.
get
So
something.
we get your point. So one is you're talking about target should not be fixed. So one you're talking about purpose. Another thing that I heard from you is target. So we'll discuss a little more about this. Wonderful thoughts shared by you. Regarding success, and typically in success, I could, like I said, I heard two things. One is purpose that you mentioned, and second is goals or targets. So wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yes, Mansi Behan.
I think success is something inner satisfaction or some our inner qualities more of something, and growth is the same. I feel both are quite similar.
Okay, you feel both are quite similar. That's right. Yes. Okay. Good. Swapna Behan, there's one request in the chat box. If we can, if we could switch to Hindi. I mean, what language should everybody be comfortable? Would it be Hindi or English? I'm okay with both.
Only few from overseas they joined. I think today
Okay.
we can continue with Hindi, English mix both.
मिक्स
That would be
ओके
fine.
परफेक्ट वी डू दैट ठीक है
Thank you.
सो हम दोनों ही लैंग्वेज को यूज़ करेंगे बिकॉज हमारे साथ अभी ओवरसीज से भी कुछ पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं सो वी यूज़ बोथ द लैंग्वेजेस इंग्लिश हिंदी मिक्स इज व्हाट वी विल हिंग्लिश टिपिकली लाइक दिस से वील यूज़ हिंग्लिश टुडे हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश मिक्स so good interaction, good sharing as to what growth and success means to us. Just getting a little deeper into both of these terms. So typically, let's say month end. Okay, people who are IT professionals and typically working in an IT organization. What happens is end of the month. So we kind of Monday to Friday we are working, and weekend we try and relax a bit, and we say okay, TGIF, which is thank God it's Friday. We're all in that mode, and end of the month. Typically, what happens is we are waiting for one thing. Okay, I worked with corporates for about 12, 13 years. So I completely relate to that feeling, and I know that feeling. End of the month, there is one thing that we're completely waiting for. Okay, and we get that SMS saying that, okay, your account has been credited with so and so amount and your current balances. And we look at that message and we're, oh wow, finally. Yeah. So finally, I have this month end, credited into my account. And now there's so many things that I have to do. मुझे घर का भी सारा मैनेज करना है, बच्चों की स्कूल की फीस पे करनी है, I have to do so many things. और मैं उन सब चीज़ों को मैनेज कर पाऊंगा क्यों? क्योंकि सैलरी क्रेडिट हो चुकी है. Yeah. Now, typically around April, we all have this experience. क्या होता है April month में? Basis the performance appraisal that has happened, we get performance management system, and everything just takes place, and there is this new letter which comes up saying that this is the percentage of growth you've received, for your performance last year, and from this coming year, this is the growth that you're getting. So typically, growth could possibly, so there are, like I said, there are no right or wrong answers. What we will today do is, as adults who've joined this session, we'll just try and dig deeper into these terms and how we kind of enhance the quality of our lives through these terms. Yeah, so that is the objective. So it's not something that I'm going to मैं कुछ आपको सिखाने वाली हूँ, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. We are all adults, we all have experienced our life so beautifully that we all have lot of wisdom within us. What I'll keep doing is just ask a lot of questions to kind of bring that wisdom to surface. Yeah. So typically वो जो letter मिलता है that इतना percentage growth in the salary or your CTC or whatever, that financial growth that we look at becomes one part of the success. Yeah. So itna growth year on year ho raha hai. Yeah, let's say if I have a business, I have my own IT company, and we kind of develop a lot of these apps, and we kind of deliver it to client once it's done. And so I have my own IT company. So year on year, the balance sheet that keeps going up. Okay, that's how I consider my company's growth to be. Is that right? Now that becomes one part of success. Typically financial, growth that we are getting. But how could success be different? Now just think about it. We have financial bank account. Every month the salary gets credited and I see, wow, there is an increase. Okay, I'll be able to manage my expenses now. I will be able to put, my savings in place, my FD or wherever, wherever I invest my hard earned money into. So typically we have financial bank account. When it gets credited, I feel good about it. Again, before the month end, account khali ho jata hai. Okay, and we start feeling, what is the feeling? Can anybody share? But just before the month end, what is the feeling that we have? Any thoughts? Anyone? I see Mansi Ben smiling. I can't see anybody else, so I'll be only able to guess Mansi Ben's, thoughts. But yeah, if more, yeah, I can see some more of us who've switched on our videos. Great. So, any thoughts? What is the feeling just before the month end? All our account are, I mean, lot of debits that have happened and account khali ho gaya. What is the feeling after that? Anyone? You could put it up in the chat box. Yeah. Next salary. What is the next thing that you'll say? Next month ki salary. Hi, I see some more smiles on some of our faces. Yeah, we are smiling. Agli salary kab credit hogi? We're just waiting for that, right? So every time our financial bank account gets credited, we feel good about it. Every time our financial bank account gets debited, we feel something is going away, right? So growth. Now let's relate it to success along with our financial bank account. Now let's get a little more deeper in this. We have our financial bank account. Exactly that way, we have our emotional bank accounts too. Yeah. So success is credit in our financial bank account, also credit in my emotional bank account. Yeah, typically any credit, whether in emotional or financial bank account, it just, it adds on to our feeling good. Emotional bank account, it works the same way. जितना जितना हमारे emotional bank account में credit है, our state of mind, our emotional state of mind becomes okay. More debit in our emotional bank account, chances of our state of mind not being so comfortable goes higher, which means anger. Now these all negative kind of emotions are actually, वो हमारे जो emotional bank account है उसको deplete कर रहे हैं. Anger, frustration, feeling of helplessness, feeling of loneliness, feeling of not being good enough, that feeling of sadness, I'm not feeling good today. All these are actually kind of debits in our emotional bank account. Yeah, so success somewhere could mean credit in both of these accounts. Now there was one very interesting question which I was asked in one of the workshops by one of the participants, and I would really want all of you also to kind of think and come up with and questions. It'll be more, it'll make our session very richer if you kind of come up with such questions or thoughts. एक बहुत interesting question जो मुझे एक participant ने पूछा था वो ये था कि जब financial bank account credit हो रहा है तो I know there is an SMS which is coming, there is a bank statement which is coming, and I know that वो credit हो रहा है. How do I know if my emotional bank account is getting credited or debited? Interesting question. Yeah, how do I know? वहां तो SMS दिख रहा है, यहाँ तो दिख नहीं रहा है कुछ भी. तो हमारा इमोशनल बैंक अकाउंट नेगेटिव में है या बैलेंस शीट अभी भी वैसे ही है, मतलब ज्यादा ना क्रेडिट है ना डेबिट है या क्रेडिट है, वो जानने का एक सिंपल तरीका है. सिट विथ योरसेल्फ and see how are you feeling. Yeah, how are you feeling? Today I meet a lot of young students, young IT professionals or other professionals who say there are times when there is nothing wrong outside. Our work is going fine, job bhi chal rahi hai, there is no problem family bhi hai, I have my loved ones also around, I have my family, friends, everything is just okay. Nothing majorly wrong. But there are still times when I don't feel happy in life. होता है ऐसे कभी? Yeah. Now that is an SMS. That's typically a message saying that my emotional bank account needs a little credit. उसमें अभी टाइम आ गया है मंथ एंड के जैसे ना, दैट टाइम इन द साइकिल ऑफ ह्यूमन जर्नी, इट्स दैट टाइम ऑफ द जर्नी जहाँ पे क्रेडिट बहुत जरूरी हो गया है. Yeah, because I have to check my inner world. What is my inner world typically? Any thoughts? What is my inner world? Because see, success is both, right? The state of mind, that emotional bank account, and financial bank account. So financial bank account, you have wealth managers, you have your everyone who can help you, your career counselors, and everybody who will help you manage your career, your finances, everything. Yeah, so I'll just leave that part to you for you to decide how do you want to kind of take that journey ahead. But something that I would want to delve deeper into specifically in this session is, how do I kind of work upon this second part, which is my emotional bank account. Yeah, so one way of understanding is how am I, how is the environment in the inner world? We ensure that everything outside is right. My room is perfectly designed. My office table is perfectly decorated. हम ये सारी चीज़ों का बहुत ध्यान रखते हैं कि बाह्य, at an external level, बाह्य तौर पे सब कुछ अच्छा हो, environment अच्छा होना चाहिए. हम कहीं पे इंटरव्यू के लिए भी जाते हैं तो हम ऑफिस में जाके देखते हैं, वो हाउ इज द ऑफिस, इज इट नाइस, इज इट इन गुड लोकेशन, हम वो सारी चीज़ें देखते हैं. लेकिन क्या हमने रुक कर एक सेकंड चेक किया कि हमारे अंदर का एनवायरनमेंट कैसा है? या एंड व्हाट इज दैट इनर एनवायरनमेंट? My thoughts and the feeling that comes along with these thoughts. My inner environment, that is creating my inner environment. The thoughts that I'm creating and the feeling that comes. ठीक है, अब 1 मिनट के लिए हम पॉज करते हैं. Yeah, let's pause for a minute and check our inner environment. Are we okay to do that? Everyone? Yes? Great. So I see some responses. Wonderful. It makes me feel very happy when there are responses. So I would really request all of you to kind of slowly turn on your videos. That will be wonderful. So let's sit back. Let the chair take your weight. And your body is very, very relaxed. Slowly become aware of your thoughts. Don't hold or stop any thought. Just observe your thoughts. What are you thinking right now? How are you feeling right now? Ask yourself, how is my inner environment? Let's check a little more deeper. Are there any thoughts or feelings about something that happened a while ago? How does it make you feel? Is it making you feel relaxed? Or is it making you feel tight? Just slowly observe. Very, very relaxed, very comfortable. So that was a little checking. वो एक SMS था हमारे लिए कि हमारे अंदर का environment कैसा है. ठीक है. Typically, psychologists say, we just did a little checking. अब इसके बाद हम ये भी देखेंगे कि अच्छा ये अगर है, ये मेरे बैलेंस शीट है, मेरे इमोशनल अकाउंट की ये बैलेंस शीट है, उसमें क्रेडिट कैसे करना है वो भी हम आगे डिस्कस करेंगे. बट राइट नाउ लेट्स जस्ट लुक एट द करंट स्टेट. ठीक है. क्लोजिंग ईयर एंड क्लोजिंग आ गया है. अब ये हमारी सिचुएशन है. अब इसके आगे हमें कैसे और बढ़ाना है. ठीक है. ये भी हम जरूर डिस्कस करेंगे. बट टिपिकली साइकोलॉजिस्ट से that people who live in the past, living in the past means thinking about something that happened a while ago, maybe a day back, a week back, a month back, a year back, whatever, it could be anything. Yeah. And as humans, we've become expert to even get upset about something that happened maybe 5 years back. Is it? Yeah, some situation, something that somebody said and that person just appears in front of us and like, oh, same person. Yeah, ये वही है जिन्होंने उस टाइम पे उस सिचुएशन में ऐसा कहा था. Yeah, so we've all become little expert in living in the past. So people who live in the past, chances are that they experience more sadness. वो थोड़ा सा क्योंकि पास्ट की हम उन बातों को शायद ज़्यादा सोचते हैं या ज़्यादा रिक्रिएट करके उस मूवी को बार बार दोहराते हैं जो हमें शायद थोड़ा सा कहीं हर्ट पेन जिसने क्रिएट किया है. ठीक है. सो पीपल हु लिव इन द पास्ट, चांसेस ऑफ एक्सपीरियंसिंग सैडनेस इज मोर. पीपल हु लिव इन फ्यूचर, वो ज़्यादा एंग्जाइटी और फियर को एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं. Yeah, because future we've not seen, we don't know. Yeah, तो वो क्या करता है, वो एक fear और anxiety, fear of unknown जिसे हम कहते हैं, क्योंकि future अब तक है नहीं. Now, people who live in past or future can never experience a state of stability. वो emotional bank account में credit करना बहुत मुश्किल अनुभव करेंगे if you are living in the past and future. Now, ये जो SMS हमने चेक किया, पूछे अपने आप से, were you in the past or were you in the future? Yeah, why? Because इस एक बात को हम सब अंडरलाइन कर लें. आपको चाहिए आप कहीं लिख के रख सकते हैं, आप इसको नोट करके रख सकते हैं. That point of power always lies in the present moment. ठीक है. Point of power always lies in the present moment. क्योंकि ये प्रेजेंट मोमेंट ही वो है जिसमें हम कुछ कर सकते हैं. ना हम पास्ट का कुछ कर सकते हैं बिकॉज इट्स गॉन, इट्स नो लॉन्गर अ रियलिटी राइट नाउ. इट वॉज अ रियलिटी एट सम पॉइंट इन टाइम, बट आज की मेरी रियलिटी ये है कि मैं आप सबके साथ यहाँ बैठी हूँ, मैं आप सबके साथ बात कर रही हूँ, मैं आप सबको जिनको देख पा रही हूँ, या ये मेरी करंट रियलिटी है. तो हो सकता है पास्ट में ऐसी कोई बात हुई हो जिसने मेरी लाइफ को बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा केओस में लेकर आ गई हो, मेरी पूरी लाइफ उथल पाथल हो गई हो, सब कुछ गड़बड़ हो गई हो, मेरी पूरी लाइफ मस्ट हैव गॉन थ्रू सम अनएक्सपेक्टेड इंसिडेंसेस. अग्रीड. बट दैट्स नॉट द रियलिटी राइट नाउ. माई रियलिटी राइट नाउ इज दैट आई एम इंटरेक्टिंग विथ यू. नीदर फ्यूचर तो खैर रियलिटी है ही नहीं, क्योंकि जो हम क्रिएट कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे वो तो वैसे भी रियल नहीं है. क्या? सो नाउ सडनली सोचो, आप सोचिएगा इस बारे में. मैं सडनली उठती हूँ और ये जो पीछे दीवार है ना, मतलब मैं जहाँ बैठी हूँ उसके पीछे एक दीवार है. मैं सडनली खड़ी होती हूँ और खड़े होके वो दीवार को जोर जोर से धक्का मारने लग जाती हूँ. ठीक है. आई स्टार्ट पुशिंग द वॉल. I pushed the wall really hard with an intent कि ये जो दीवार है ना वो 1 इंच आगे चली जाए. It should move an inch ahead. With that intent, I would start pushing the wall. What would all of you do here if I start doing that? अब क्या करेंगे अगर मैं ऐसा कुछ करती हूँ? तो हाँ, थोड़ा सा हंस भी रहे, मुस्कुरा रहे हैं करके, अरे ठीक तो है, अभी तक तो ठीक ठाक थे, अब अचानक से इनको क्या हो गया? Why is she saying something like this? I hope these IT wing has brought a good speaker. I don't know if she's fine. है ना, हम बहुत कुछ सोचने लग जाएंगे, आधी आधा जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं वो तो वैसे ही कम हो जाएंगे, बल्कि कह रही है हो क्या रहा है यहाँ पे, है ना, क्यों? बिकॉज आई एम डूइंग समथिंग which will never happen, right? How much ever hard I push that wall, it's not going to move an inch. Yeah. Now, मेरी इमेज बना के जो आप मुस्कुरा रहे थे ना बड़े शौक से, हाँ ये क्या करने का सो बोल रहे हैं, बड़े मुस्कुरा रहे थे, मैंने देखा, है ना। तो ये जो इमेज आप अपनी बना रहे थे ना दीवारों को धक्का मारने वाली, और बड़ा मुस्कुरा रहे थे, अगली बार when you think about past or you think about future, ask yourself, हम कौन सी दीवारों को धक्का मार रहे हैं, and make that image for yourself of pushing that wall and tell yourself, you know what, it's not going to move an inch. It's not going to move an inch. या पास्ट के बारे में सोचने से ना पास्ट चेंज होगा, फ्यूचर के बारे में वरी करने से ना फ्यूचर को कुछ ऐड कर पाएंगे। हाँ, क्यों वो नेगेटिव एनर्जी हो सकता है फ्यूचर में और भी कुछ केओस क्रिएट करे, क्योंकि हमसे जो जा रहा है वो नेगेटिव है। Now, does it mean that I don't plan for future or I don't learn from the past? Definitely no. We definitely have to learn from the past, right? लेकिन देखिए इसमें दो चीजें हैं, ठीक है। now be very, मतलब हम बहुत ध्यान से इसको समझते हैं। पास्ट में लर्निंग के दो तरीके हैं। There are two ways to learn from the past. One is, जो शायद हम में से कुछ भाई बहने करते होंगे, चेक करिएगा, हम अपने इमोशनल बैंक अकाउंट की बात करें ना, तो थोड़ा सा चेक करना। जब हम पास्ट के बारे में सोचते हैं, ये सिचुएशन मेरे सामने आई, जैसे ही हम उसमें से कुछ सीख देखने की कोशिश करते हैं, डू वी गेट इमोशनली इंटैंगल्ड इन द सिचुएशन एंड गेट कैरिड अवे विद दैट इमोशन ऑफ व्हाट हैपेंड इन दैट सिचुएशन? और ये एक तरीका है, दिस इज वन वे, ओके। सेकेंड वे इज जस्ट लुक एट इट एज अ डिटैच्ड ऑब्जर्वर and ask yourself, the way you learn from the past, okay? Ask yourself, what is it that I could have done differently? That's the learning from the past. In that particular situation, what could I have done differently so that next time when such similar situation comes to me, how will I want to be different? What is it that I would want to do differently? That's learning from the past. But हम क्या करते हैं, हम ऐसा करते हैं, हम सोचते हैं हाँ ऐसा हो गया, ऐसे बोल दिया, मेरे साथ ऐसा हो गया, this is what is happening. So getting carried away by emotions is not learning from the past. It's just getting entangled and living that unhappy situation again and again by playing that reel in my mind constantly. Yeah, that's lot of debit in my emotional bank account. Success is not just external, it's about inner environment also. Yeah, so if I'm thinking about past, I'm debiting my emotional bank account, and then how much ever I add to my financial bank account, I'm not saying that's not important, but I'm only saying if I'm constantly only working upon the financial bank account and I'm leaving the emotional bank account, we know where the world is today. Yeah, we have adults who have everything outside, but somewhere very depleted at an inside level. Anger, frustration, all of these things that we mentioned. Yeah, so past. Future. Now let's say, do I need to plan for future? Definitely I do. Let's say if I have to go back now after this session, I'll go to the kitchen and I'll prepare some food for myself and my family. Let's say, for example, okay? Now, planning for future means I need ingredients A, B, and C. That's the planning part of it. Yeah. And then executing it. All my energy goes into, preparing that food. Living in future means, now this is only planning. We have to do that, right? We have to plan for our future. We have to plan what is it that we need to do. In a day, we have to prepare our to-do list. Especially IT people, I know there is so much of multitasking that we do. Yeah, so we definitely plan for future. But what does it mean by living in the future? Let's take the same example. I don't know if they will like what I prepare. What if they don't like? What if the quantity of salt is a little higher? What if they don't eat an order from outside? Now that's living in future. In my mind, I'm actually creating a lot of these emotions about a situation which is not even a reality. Yeah, so the point of power always lies in the present moment. The only place where I can do something about my life is in the now. Yeah, and what is it that we do in the now? Now that's the next step. How do we credit our emotional bank account? Okay, the first step is to create. Now that I know in this moment, this is the only moment which I have to credit my emotional bank account. So what I do is, in this moment, I create the right thoughts and right feelings. Yeah, crediting my emotional bank account. Think about it. Every thought that we create, one is a thought wherein, oh, it's only 5:45, we still have 45 minutes to go for this session. How long would it, how long would it take? So just a thought. And how would I start feeling? I'll start feeling restless. Yeah, thankfully we're still online, you still have a choice. But otherwise, if we are in a classroom, it's even more difficult. So let's say a trainer is speaking and you're not enjoying, for example, you already are aware of that topic. You'd start looking at the time. Yeah, and you'll start saying, okay, how much time? So when you think that, one thought and the feeling is restlessness. Another thought, or there is something new to learn. There is always something new to learn. A different kind of thought. The feeling is wanting to learn more. Yeah, so every thought that we create leads to some feeling and some experiences, and those experiences are actually debiting or crediting our emotional bank account. So till today we typically thought that I am feeling a certain way is because they said something and they did something. Yeah, is that true? We say this to some our people कि आपने ऐसा बोला ना, इसीलिए मैं ऐसे, मतलब that's why I reacted in a certain way, इसलिए मैंने ऐसे किया, या इसीलिए मैं अच्छा नहीं फील कर रही हूँ. हम कहते हैं ऐसे कि आपकी वजह से मेरी लाइफ ऐसी है, आपने ऐसा बोला इसलिए मैंने I felt bad, your behavior made me feel bad. We say this at times to people. Yeah, now one question. Let's say there is a boss, okay, and there are 2 or 3 team members. Early in the morning, boss calls in for a huddle, typical morning meeting. So boss calls in for a huddle, और क्योंकि बॉस का मूड फॉर वट एवर रीजन वॉज नॉट गुड, उन्होंने तीनों को, the boss blasted all 3 of them. What are you guys doing? अभी तक टारगेट नहीं हुआ, we have to close this by month end, you're not even halfway through, and things like that. So let's say boss blasted all 3 of them. Question that I have for you is, would all 3 team members react to it in the same way, or it can be different? Think about it. आपने खुद ही एक्सपीरियंस किया होगा, 3 बैठे हैं, तीनों को एक ही चीज बोली जा रही है घर पे भी. Let's say if there is there are 2 or 3 children and mother typically keeps yelling, जूते ठीक से नहीं रखे, बैग ठीक से नहीं रखा, ये इधर रखा हुआ है, रोज बोलती है यहाँ नहीं रखना है. एक बच्चा क्या करेगा? बच्चा बोलेगा छोड़ो कोई बात नहीं, मम्मा तो रोज बोलती है, चल हम खेलते हैं, लेट्स गो एंड प्ले सम गेम, एंजॉय आवरसेल्व्स. एंड दूसरा बच्चा बोलेगा अरे मैं तो रोज रखता हूँ, मुझे भी क्यों बोल रहे हैं, why is she saying it to me, मुझे क्यों सारा दिन बोलते हैं. So typically if somebody else was responsible for creating what are we experiencing at the inside level, then all of us should have, all 3 team members or both the children should have felt the same thing, right? If somebody else was responsible for creating it, they said what they had to say, they did what they had to do, but what I'm experiencing is typically what I am creating out of it. Think about it. अगर वो रिस्पॉन्सिबल होते तो सब सेम ही करते ना, क्योंकि उनका बिहेवियर तो सेम ही था. वो एक ही बिहेवियर को हम सब ने, किसी ने बोला कोई बात नहीं, किसी ने बोला वो मुझे ऐसा बोल दिया. So they are not getting into our minds and creating our responses. It is we who are creating our responses. Yeah, so somewhere understanding that nobody outside is responsible for my emotional bank account, underlined, bold, highlighted. Nobody outside can be responsible for my emotional bank account. It is me and only me. And because it is me and only me, the only person responsible to have credit in my bank account is me myself. अगर हम इस एक बात को अपने जीवन में धारण कर लेना कि मेरे मन की स्थिति के लिए कोई और रिस्पॉन्सिबल नहीं है सिवाय मैं खुद. This doesn't mean that we don't take support from other people. हमारी जो फैमिली है, कभी हम किसी इमोशनल किसी टर्मोइल से कोई ऐसी ऐसे किसी स्थिति से जाते तो वी डू टेक सपोर्ट. उसमें मना नहीं है. वी हैव अ लव्ड वंस, अ फैमिली फॉर दैट. Yeah, this is a BK family. We typically call this as Brahma Kumari family. Why? Because it is a family. So all of us are here. ये sessions भी क्यों कर रहे हैं? Because all of us are here to kind of help our emotional bank account go at a higher level. That's the whole objective of being here. Yeah. So इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि हम help या support ना सीख करें. इसका मतलब सिर्फ यही है कि करें या ना करें ये समझना कि मेरे मन की स्थिति मेरे इट्स माय रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. किसी के हेल्प और सपोर्ट के साथ भी अगर मैं रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं करूंगा तो मेरे मन की स्थिति ठीक नहीं होगी. और जो भी है, आप किसी से हेल्प सीख करें ना करें जो भी करें, लेकिन इस अंडरस्टैंडिंग के साथ कि मेरे मन की स्थिति सिर्फ मैं क्रिएट कर सकता हूँ और कोई नहीं क्रिएट कर सकता. जिस दिन हम इस रियलिटी के साथ जीना शुरू करेंगे ना, we'll take back our power. We take back that power. हम अपने को इतना empowered फील करेंगे. जैसे मैंने कहा ना, दीवारों को धक्का मारना. क्यों हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते पास्ट और फ्यूचर का? बिकॉज वो हमारे कंट्रोल में नहीं है. एग्जैक्टली दैट वे अदर पीपल outside situation may or may not be the way I want them to be. If I say तुमने ऐसा क्यों बोला? Why did you do this? What am I doing is I'm again pushing wall. Expecting that to change. It's not in your control. Anything that you put your energy into which is not in your control only will make you feel drained. ये आगे तो जाएगी नहीं. मैंने धक्का मार मार के अपनी एनर्जी बहुत वेस्ट कर दी. Yeah, so anything outside which is not in your control and you would put your energy into will only make you feel more drained in life. So let's save our energy. Why? Because success typically means credit in our emotional bank account also. And that emotional bank account, चलिए फाइनेंशियल बैंक अकाउंट तो फिर भी बहुत सारी चीज़ों पर डिपेंड करता है. इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ, कंपनीज ग्रोथ, योर डिपार्टमेंट डूइंग वेल, योर परफॉर्मेंस बीइंग अचीव्ड, यू गेट इनफ क्लाइंट्स, क्या क्लाइंट्स गेट कन्वर्टेड, या जो भी आपके पैरामीटर्स होंगे, उन बहुत सारी एक्सटर्नल चीज़ों पे डिपेंड करता है. बट ये एक चीज़ है हमारे जीवन की जो पूरी तरह से हमारे अपने कंट्रोल में है, which is how I'm thinking at this point in time and how am I feeling. That's the only thing which is in our control, and let's not lose that power. Let's bring that power, and that is what Raj Yoga does to us. It helps us bring that power to ourselves of being able to create that right kind of thoughts and right kind of feelings for ourselves, irrespective of anything outside, irrespective of whatever is happening outside. If I'm able to create that sense of stability, I'm able to create that sense of comfort, credit in my bank account. Yeah. So let's pause for a minute. Okay. And experience whatever we discussed so far. ठीक है, सिर्फ सुनेंगे नहीं, हम सुनते सुनते उसका अनुभव भी करेंगे. ठीक है. So let's come back to ourselves, very very relaxed, very comfortable. Once again, little time for your own self. For a couple of moments, let me live this moment fully and completely. Na past, na future. just this moment. As soon as you bring your attention to this 1 second that is going, you have nothing more to think about, but only live this moment and experience it fully. You feel very, very relaxed. Now, in this moment, let us all create one thought. हम सब मिलकर सिर्फ एक संकल्प क्रिएट करें. I am a peaceful being. शांति को बहुत गहराई से अनुभव करें. I am a peaceful being. To stay with that thought, to stay with that feeling for a couple of more seconds. I am a peaceful being. Om Shanti, let's come back to this session. One thought and the feeling. My emotional bank account credited. This is the power of Raj Yoga. What is it? Being able to create the right thoughts and the right feelings. और हमारा इमोशनल बैंक अकाउंट क्या हो रहा है? कुछ सेकंड्स के लिए सोचो वो क्रेडिट हुआ. अब आप कहेंगे कि ओके ऋतु बहन, यू नो इट्स फाइन, अभी हम सब अच्छा अच्छा सुन रहे हैं, वी लिसनिंग टू समथिंग नाइस, बट यू नो देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स दैट आर गोइंग ऑन इन आवर लाइफ्स, राइट? लाइफ में बहुत सारी सिचुएशंस, बातें होती हैं. तो एक क्वेश्चन आई हैव, ठीक है, फ्रॉम ऑल ऑफ यू. अगेन थिंक अबाउट इट. व्हाट कुड बी अ ब्यूटिफुल लाइफ? एक सुंदर जीवन क्या होगी? What is it? What is a beautiful life? Any thoughts around that? Anyone? You could again either raise your hand and we'll send you a request to unmute, or you could put it up in the chat box. Either ways you're comfortable, you can share your responses. What is a beautiful life? क्या लगता है हमें? एक सुंदर जीवन क्या है? Yes, any responses, any thoughts? Okay, we have, okay, Jignesh bhai, I'll just unmute, send you request to unmute. आप unmute करके share कर सकते हैं.
ओम शांति
शांति.
जी। जहाँ तक मेरा सोच समझ है कि हैप्पीनेस और जैसे हमारी कोई विश है या जैसे मेरा बिजनेस है, तो बिजनेस में ऑल कॉल अचीव करूं और ऑल गोल अचीव करके मैं आगे बढ़ूं, यही हमारा ड्रीम है। तो यही मेरा सपना, मतलब मैं समझता हूँ।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, हम कुछ लाइफ में अचीव करते हैं तो वो एक हैप्पी लाइफ होगी. ओके, दैट्स नाइस. कमल भाई भी शेयर करना चाहते हैं. हमने आपको रिक्वेस्ट भेजी, वी सेंट यू रिक्वेस्ट टू अनम्यूट. यू कैन अनम्यूट एंड शेयर. कमल जी आप भी शेयर. हाँ जी.
ओम शांति.
शांति.
A peaceful life which we can achieve through meditation, that's everlasting. and that peace remains in our soul, in our heart. But the material peace which we try to achieve through our earnings, through our worldly pleasures, that's not sustainable.
Okay. Sure. Thank
What do you
you,
want to say?
Mansi. Wonderful, wonderful sharing once again. Thank you so much. Okay, we have Mansi Behan. Yes, Mansi Behan can go ahead. Yeah, you can unmute Mansi Behan. Ha.
Om Shanti.
Shanti.
I think like a beautiful life is something a good quality with unconditional. Like
Okay, that's nice.
uh, whatever the quality is, it should be unconditional.
Okay, that's nice.
I
Wonderful.
just like a heavy thing. I'm trying to do so, but that's what
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Mansi Ben. That's wonderful. We have some sharing on chat box also. Harmonious world, mind capable of moving vehicle with the power of thoughts. Okay, that is a wonderful life. Okay, that's nice. Any other thoughts?
Hasmukh bhai want to share. Let me unmute him. हसमुख भाई अनम्यूट कीजिए.
हाँ,
बोलिए.
बंधन बंधन मुक्ति का जो जीवन है जिसमें किसी भी प्रकार का बंधन न हो, हम जो प्रकार का जीवन चाहते हैं वो जीवन हम जी सके, तो दैट इज द मोस्ट हैप्पीएस्ट मोमेंट इन द लाइफ.
Wonderful. A sense of freedom, a sense of, not being in any bondages is something that gives us a wonderful life. Great. Thank you for sharing. जैसे हमने कहा ना कि देखिए कितना एक जना बात करे, one person speaking and sharing wisdom, but contrary to that, so many of us coming up with our experiences of life and sharing these wonderful thoughts. So it's like, our level of learning just goes higher. So thank you so much for sharing. Can I share what I feel is a wonderful life? Yeah, मैं बताऊं? So everything that you said is right. I'll just add a new perspective to it. ठीक है? वो नया perspective ये है, let's say this one moment that's going, this next moment that's going, ये अगला moment जो जा रहा है, ठीक है? Each of these seconds that is going, if I am able to live this one moment fully, completely, intensely, lovingly, या दिस वन मोमेंट, बहुत ज्यादा एफर्ट नहीं करना, एक मोमेंट, ठीक है, इसको पूरी तरह से हम जिए, फिर अगला मोमेंट उसको हम पूरी तरह से जिए. अब सोचिएगा, कलेक्शन ऑफ दीज मोमेंट्स बिकम्स आवर लाइफ. या हम क्या करते हैं, हम बहुत सारा कुछ बाहर, मतलब पूरी लाइफ नहीं, सिंपल एकदम छोटा. स्पिरिचुअलिटी ना हर चीज को बहुत सिंप्लीफाइड कर देती है, बहुत सिंप्लीफाइड कर देती है. हम लाइफ के कॉन्सेप्ट्स को ना बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड बना देते हैं और फिर लाइफ बड़ी डिफिकल्ट लगती है, खुशी बड़ी डिफिकल्ट चीज लगती है, जबकि खुशी तो है ही, इट्स आवर इनेट क्वालिटी. हैप्पीनेस इज आवर इनेट क्वालिटीज, वो भी हमें डिफिकल्ट लगने लगती है कभी कभी. बट spirituality just simplifies it. This moment I create a thought that I'm a happy being. मैं खुश हूँ. I'm a peaceful being. I'm a powerful being. I have the power to face everything that life throws at me. I have the power. I'm a powerful being in this moment. अब सोचिए, collection of these moments becomes our life. तो हम बहुत ज़्यादा लंबा एफर्ट ना करके बस हर मोमेंट को हम जीना अगर शुरू कर देना, ये एक मोमेंट. इसलिए मैंने कहा the point of power always lies in the present moment. If I'm able to create that sense of happiness, if I'm able to create that sense of power, क्या है, जब हम फ्यूचर के बारे में ये सोचते हैं, ये सोचना ऐसा हो गया तो क्या होगा, व्हाट विल हैपन इफ दिस हैपेंस, व्हाट विल व्हाट इफ का एक बहुत बड़ा टोकरा हम अपने सर पे लिए घूमते हैं. ठीक है, एक थॉट, पीपल हु काइंड ऑफ गो थ्रू दिस एक्सपीरियंस, कई बार एंग्जाइटी भी होती है, कई बार फियर भी क्रिएट होता है व्हाट इफ को लेकर, है ना, फ्यूचर को लेकर. इन दिस मोमेंट आई वांट यू टू क्रिएट जस्ट दिस वन थॉट ठीक है, सिर्फ एक संकल्प, आई हैव द पावर टू फेस वॉट एवर लाइफ थ्रोज एट मी। सोचे, ये एक थॉट अभी क्रिएट करें, आई एम अ पावरफुल बीइंग। मुझ में वो शक्ति है that I can handle everything that life throws at me. I am that supreme's blessed soul. उनकी शक्तियाँ, वो सर्वशक्तिमान की शक्तियाँ मेरे साथ हैं. So there is nothing that I can't handle. Simple thoughts every second. How does it make you feel? Can you put it up in the chat box? These few thoughts that we just created for ourselves. How did it make you feel? Just put it up in the chat box. I am a powerful being. ये एक संकल्प हमें कैसा महसूस कराता है? क्या आप डाल सकते हैं चैट बॉक्स में? एक्सपीरियंस कैसे शिफ्ट होता है वो लिखिएगा. एक तो है कि हमें पावरफुल लगता है, दैट इज ओके, बट आपका अनुभव कैसे शिफ्ट होता है उसके ऊपर सोचिएगा, उसके ऊपर चिंतन करिएगा. हाउ डज योर एक्सपीरियंस चेंज ऑफ लाइफ व्हेन यू क्रिएट दीज काइंड ऑफ थॉट्स? यस, एनीवन? How does it make you feel? What is the experience? Feels blissful. Okay, that's nice. Relax. Feels easy. Life journey feels easy. Peaceful. Positive state of mind. I can face any situation. What changed? In this entire 1 minute, 1 मिनट पहले, मतलब 1 मिनट पहले हम लाइफ को लेकर जैसा सोचते थे, फ्यूचर को लेकर, सिर्फ एक थॉट चेंज हुआ. One more sharing, power to face any situation. You know what? A good news, a breaking news I have for all of us here in the meeting. And that breaking news, that good news is, you actually have that power. हम सब में वो शक्तियाँ होती हैं. It's just about re-emerging our inner powers of the soul. उन शक्तियों को बस सरफेस पर लेकर आना. उन शक्तियों को अपने में महसूस करना. सोचो, इफ दिस वाज नॉट ट्रू, अगर मैं जो बोल रही हूँ वो सही नहीं है, तो अपने से पूछें, क्या लाइफ में ऐसी कोई डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन आई है जो आपने फेस की है? आई है ऐसी कोई लाइफ में सिचुएशन? आई एम श्योर हम जिस समय से गुजर रहे हैं ना, किसी की भी लाइफ प्रॉब्लम सिचुएशन से फ्री नहीं है. और आप अभी हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं. इट मीन्स दैट यू हैव क्रॉस्ड दैट सिचुएशन एंड यू आर हियर विद अस, which means you really have the power. It's just about believing in that power. It's just about re-emerging that power. How? By creating the right thoughts for yourself. In this moment, I have the power. I am a happy being. I am a peaceful being. बस ये संकल्पों को सही डायरेक्शन में चैनलाइज करना. And that's what Raj Yoga is all about. It is about creating, being able to, and having the power to create right thoughts and right feelings, which is our inner environment. वो सही संकल्प और सही अनुभवों को क्रिएट करने की शक्ति हमें राजयोगा मेडिटेशन देता है, जिससे हमारी लाइफ के एक्सपीरियंसेस चेंज हो जाते हैं. एंड दैट्स वेयर आवर इमोशनल बैंक अकाउंट गेट्स क्रेडिटेड डे इन एंड डे आउट. सैलरी तो मंथ एंड क्रेडिट होती है, महीने में एक बार आएगी. अगर हम बिजनेस भी करते हैं तो सारा डिलीवरेबल्स होने के बाद हमें क्लाइंट विल सेंड द फीस और व्हाटएवर, तो वो तो कभी कभी होगा. लेकिन ये जो है ना, ये इमोशनल बैंक अकाउंट का क्रेडिट हम हर सेकंड कर सकते हैं. सोचो कितनी कमाई है. इमेजिन the power that we have to earn credit in our emotional bank account. We can do it every single second.